Hi, my name is Venus O'Hara and welcome to another video from my unmade bed. Someone asked me a question about body hair, and more specifically how I felt about having my body hair photographed. So I thought I'd make this video about body hair. I don't know if they were referring to armpit hair, pubic hair, leg hair, but I thought I'd talk about all types of body hair, starting from the top and then going down. I was going to put makeup on, but I just cannot be bothered. Yeah. Okay, armpit hair. As you can see, I do not have armpit hair. A couple of years ago, I decided to let my armpit hair grow for the very first time in my life. And it was a very interesting experience. Firstly, I was doing it out of curiosity, but also because I receive a lot of traffic for armpit fetish on my website, venusohara.org, which features a fetish glossary of over 50 different kinks. I felt like I didn't have very much content for all these armpit searchers, and I wanted to offer a bit more variety, and I was really curious about what it would feel like to have hairy armpits, because I never ever let my armpit hair grow. So I'm not a very hairy person in general, and it took ages to grow. For example, the hair was really fine, quite blonde, and it was only when I was showing it up to the light, or when it got to maybe 3 or 4 months, that was when it got significant. That was the only time I could actually take a decent photo of it, because at first, even though I could feel it, I couldn't really appreciate it in a photo because it was quite light. But the feeling was pretty weird. At that time, I was still using deodorant, because I don't use deodorant anymore, and I haven't used deodorant now for nearly 3 years. Oh my god, that's another thing I might do a video on. Now I just use some coconut oil on my armpits, and I don't really smell actually. I've had that confirmed from some lovers as well. So what I found really weird was when I used roll-on deodorant and the hairs got really hard. That felt pretty nasty actually, if I'm honest. And just sweating in general was very uncomfortable. I found that I smelt a lot more. So I think shaving is a great way just to control body odour, if you don't want to use deodorant like me. When I did take some photos of my hairy armpits, I uploaded them to Instagram, and I took some from my website as well. And I had a very mixed reaction. Some of my long-term fans were calling me disgusting and telling me to shave my armpits, and when I told some people that I know personally about my mission to grow my armpit hair, one woman said to me, "Can I see it?" And I said, "Yeah." I just showed her, and she goes, "Oh, that's disgusting." And I think people have this perception of armpit hair being dirty or disgusting, and that was for me a kind of incentive to keep it, really. But the most frustrating thing was when I received fan mail from people who really did appreciate hairy armpits, and they were telling me all these things that they would do to my armpits, and I was thinking, wow, I wish I had someone in my life who would appreciate this. And at the time I was actually celibate, so I didn't have anyone to appreciate my hairy armpits. But and then finally I had to shave them off after about 5 months to do a nude cover shoot, because I was launching my sex toy, the O Venus. And I remember getting my trimmer and just shaving the hair off, and it was falling down into the toilet, and I felt so sad, and I thought about all of those declarations of adoration for my hairy armpits all going down the toilet literally, and I felt quite sad about it, because it was like 5 months of growing all this hair and then gone. I haven't grown it since, but I don't actually shave it very often. I might shave it about once a week, but because I'm not a very hairy person, it's not really an issue. Anyway, going down, pubic hair. Well, I have never ever taken a photo shoot of my nether regions. For me personally, it just seems a little bit too intimate. However, I will tell you about my pubic hair preferences. If I'm enjoying an intimate moment, then I definitely prefer to be smooth, but it's not something I try and maintain all the time, because I don't think it's good for your skin, and also if you are smooth just from time to time, it feels even more sensual and sensitive. 4 years ago I did I had laser hair removal, so I kept my landing strip and got rid of everything else, and I've had about 3 sessions, and for me personally I think it was a fantastic decision because I got rid of all of those hairs that I'm never going to want. Hairs between my buttocks and at the tops of my thighs and bikini line. So I still, so my gorilla days are not very gorilla anymore, so that's fantastic. But the best thing about having laser hair removal is that the skin is perfect after. There's no ingrowing hairs anymore. It's absolutely smooth and really good, and it's not something I have to maintain anymore. Unless you go for the full natural bush look. I mean, pubic hair does require some maintenance. And I remember in the past when I used to wax, or even when I used to wax, I remember my skin used to get irritated sometimes, and that just, it's not a good look at all. I think it's better to have natural pubic hair than be smooth with all these red bumps, definitely. Oh my god. And leg hair, well, I shave my legs about twice a week, and they're not that hairy, fortunately, and I only shave up to my knee. I've never ever had to shave my thighs because I've got blonde, fine hair, so that's pretty cool. So for me, hair removal is a very, very simple operation. It's not something I do very often. So if you're curious about my body hair, now you know. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.